Allow me to show you what really means Elohim. When you read your Bible in the book of Genesis, the first word that expresses the divine entity, that is to say God, it is Elohim. And here you find this creator God that makes everything ex nihilo, that is to say from nothing, and he makes what we see. And he does everything through his word. Now, it is interesting because when you read this word Elohim in Hebrew, Aleph, Lamed, Hei, la mem final con la yod, here we have the vocals E, Lo, Him. And this is the plural form of this concept of El. Now, we want to look what really means El. And when you look into it, those who have written about this, they will tell you that El, it means basically two ideas. The first one refers to the one who is supreme. He is first rank. He is above. He is someone who is in the condition above anything, everything. The first one. The second idea, it will be someone who has authority, rights, who has power, who has the faculty. Someone in whom you can believe because it's possible for this supreme being to do. So that is more or less an idea of what really means El. It is someone who is supreme and it has the ability, the capacity, the power, the means to do and to realize something. Now, I decided to look into the first 5 books of the Bible. And I found that this word Elohim, it is 80 times in Genesis, 94 times in Exodus, 20 times in Numbers, 49 times in Leviticus, and then I found that in the book of Deuteronomy, I found it 351 times. Now I choose the book of Deuteronomy to see what really means, but I could not study 351 times here for you. So I decided and I choose to look the first 30 times. And here you have the first 30 times of the book of Deuteronomy. Now, when I look into these 30 verses, instances, I found myself that I can divide it, the idea of the use of Elohim, in 3 categories. The first category, it is someone who is a warrior. The second one is someone who provides. And the third one, that he is a lawgiver. So, of these 30 times that I look into it, 14 is someone who is a warrior, 9 is someone who provides, and 7 is someone who gives laws, lawgiver. Now, so if we try to define in the book of Deuteronomy, excuse me, I cannot pronounce it very well, Deuteronomio. In Hebrew is called Devarim. Devarim means words. In Hebrew it's not called the 5th book of the Bible. It's called Devarim, and it is a plural again of dabar, meaning words, plural words, because our sermons, our presentations, our conferences of words, of messages that Elohim is given. And he's given this as a warrior, provider, giver, and someone who gives principles for life. So if you try to define it, I wrote it here for you in Italian, and just follow me, okay? I will say that Elohim then is someone who wants us to possess No, it's someone who wants us to be people who goes to fight in different wars, so that we may be able to obtain our present future, but we must obtain this with divine principles. Divine principles given by Him, and He's asking us to obtain what He has provided, and in order for us to obtain what He has provided, we must fight the good fight of war. You and I, we are at war. And in order to take our promised land, our present future, in order to achieve what God has placed in our hands, He's asking us to arm ourselves with His principles, with His words, so that we must achieve what He has for us. God, then, is a good God who knows that we are in darkness, but with His light, with His love, with His strength, we shall overcome. Many years ago, when I was a chaplain of a university in Guatemala, I went to a meeting where all the guerrillas, communist guerrillas, were having a meeting. And many of them, they came with this green jacket, this cap, green color, like if there were people who were in combat. And I asked myself if they really were combats. Now, God is asking us to put His armor. Let us take His word. Let us take His promises. Let us take His provisions. Let us fight for them, and let us do it with His divine principles. Share my video, please.